London is one of the most iconic cities in the world and is known for a bunch of things. Unfortunately, I never found out what any of those things are because I only went to pubs. That's right, today we're going to 10 of the most iconic pubs in London to see which one is the best in the entire city. And if you like the pubs, then you can thank my British friend Paul who put this list together. But if you don't like them, he said to tell them that it actually was my fault. So typically in videos like these where I go to 10 different spots and rank them, I have a bunch of judging criteria. However, the only judging criteria for a pub that really mattered to me are did I have a good drink and did I have a good time. So we're just rating these pubs out of a possible 100 points straight up on vibes, baby. The first pub we're heading to is a super iconic spot, the Devonshire. Devon's higher. Why is it iconic, you ask? This bar allegedly sells more Guinness than any other pub, bar, or restaurant, averaging over 20,000 pints weekly. Guinness is my beer of choice, and I've been told that the Guinness in Ireland and England is much better than what is served in America. So at the end of the video, I'll also let you know what my findings were. Also, for people who have smooth brains like me, a pint is a standard unit of volume for serving beer in the UK and Ireland. Also, for the record, kilometers. The best Guinness in the world is in Ireland, and it has to do with the carbon dioxide to nitrogen ratios. In England, the average CO2 to nitrogen ratio is 30 to 70%, whereas in Ireland, it's 20 to 80. At the Devonshire, it's 18 to 82. The ratio, for whatever reason, allows for a much creamier and smoother Guinness. Anyways, I really enjoy this place. It feels like a quintessential London pub, even though I've never been to a London pub before this. It opened in 2023, which was a huge surprise to me. Further proving that I am a professional dumbass, Bill and I saw a huge line out of the Devonshire, and we thought that was the line to get in. Well, it wasn't, because the tradition in London is to go get your pint inside and then bring it outside to drink. It appears that it's much more communal in England to drink as opposed to the United States. Anyways, my brain is sidetracked a little bit. For a Monday early afternoon, I've never seen a place more lively. Also, it's literally 100 yards away from the Piccadilly Circus, which I thought was pretty cool. I have no idea how far that is in meters. This is me doing the Guinness challenge where you try to split the G and get the black stout line to land in the middle. And I almost did it, and we take almost on this channel. This is a cool spot. This is amazing. I'm just saying if any pub wants to beat it, they're gonna have to be really freaking good. Also, I found out something pretty crazy while putting this video together. The United Kingdom has lost 15,500 pubs, or 25% of its pubs, since 2000, and 6 pubs close every week on average. It follows the common trend in society that we are spending 37% fewer time in third spaces than we used to before 2014. And for those who don't know, the first space is your home, the second space is your place of work or school, and the third place is like a social place where you gather. Third spaces are crucial for fostering community and combating loneliness. So in other words, we need our pubs. This is a video or
what do you think I'm doing?
Is it a video? The second stop on our pub tour brings us to the Grenadier. Before stepping in, this very nice British couple had a chat with me, and I just wanted to say thank you so much to the British people. You were very nice to me, and I also really enjoy how soothing and comforting your voices are.
It's kind of heavy. My neck's kind of sore.
Founded in the 1720s, it's famous for being haunted by Cedric, a soldier who was beaten to death by his comrades in the 1800s because he was caught cheating playing cards. Whoa, just take it easy, man. I almost did the same thing to my family the other day, but instead of cards, it was turkey burgers, and instead of beating them up, I just went to the store to get more hamburger buns. Paranormal activity reportedly peaks in September, but fortunately for me, it's April, and ghosts also scare the shit out of me. Money covers the ceilings from countries all over the world. Oh my goodness, is that a $20 bill? In this economy? Somebody give me a step ladder. My second attempt of splitting the G was not as good as the first. Very tough scenes. This pub, like a bunch of other spots, has not changed too much over time. And that's the beautiful thing about a lot of these pubs is the preservation of history. It's kind of like you're stepping back in a time capsule and also deleting Guinnesses.
Cheers. Clink.
Bill and I then got in an Uber to another Airbnb where I literally broke this guy's windshield because I thought it was a door handle. I give my favorite TV scientist Bill and I permission to operate on my brain one day.
Joey just grabs the wiper, snaps it in half.
Idiot. And yes, I ended up tipping him enough to buy a new windshield wiper, but seriously, like, what the f was I even thinking? After going in the world's biggest elevator to our Airbnb, that's a joke for the people who aren't watching currently, we checked in and then met my British friend Paul, who is also the greatest international Cleveland Browns fan of all time. At our third pub location in the back of an alley, Lamb and Flag. This isn't going to make sense, but this place made me feel like I was on platform 9 3/4. Shout out Star Wars. Paul legitimately is a human unicorn. He has more stories than anyone I've ever met, and he'll be joining us the rest of the evening. This building is a grade 2 public house like a lot of the pubs on this list, meaning the building has special interest to be protected and preserved. Also, I just found out that a pub is short for public house, which is just another term for drinking establishment. Like, what? The top of the building incorrectly says it was founded in 1623, but really, it was more like the 18th century. Famous book rapper Charles Dickens would frequent this pub in his heyday. Fun fact. This area of Covent Garden was a violent one, and this building used to host bare-knuckle prize fights upstairs, which earned itself the nickname Bucket of Blood. And no, I will not be ordering one of those today. Thank you very little. Paul actually said they're called cockfights, which, hey, I don't know what you guys are doing over here in England, but...
You're in England, so we're going to go with a pork scotched egg.
Paul took us inside and we got our pints and also a Scottish egg, which is a hard-boiled egg wrapped in sausage meat, coated in breadcrumbs, and then deep fried or baked until golden and crispy. Oh, man. This lady told us she was not a fan, but honestly, I thought it was really, really good. There's a lot of flavor here.
Oh, I think it's good. Yeah.
But then again, I was really hungry and could probably eat anything. At this point in the trip, Paul said his historian friend was coming along, and when he said that, he meant it.
He looks like Harry Potter.
This guy Arthur did not want to be on camera, but he basically gave us our own private tour of London and knew about every nook and cranny all over these pubs. He also had a good mustache, a British accent, and a detective coat, which goes a long way for my brain. Hey guys, I'm sitting here on the toilet currently because eating poorly and going to pubs all day will make you spend a lot of time here watching dog videos and looking for hemorrhoid cream. Sorry, anyways. It seemed like the most opportune time to tell you about the sponsor of today's video and the longest sponsor on this channel, Factor. They deliver fresh, never frozen, chef-crafted, and dietitian-approved meals straight to your doorstep, ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Believe it or not, I have been eating a lot healthier the past month or two, and I noticed during my marathon training that whenever I ate better, I performed better, and I also felt better. And I know all this is like common knowledge, so bear with me because for me, it's not. Because of my lack of time management skills, I can't always cook a meal, but I do want to still be eating healthy. Oh my God, me healthy? What have I become? But thanks to Factor, I don't stress about any of that, and their meals are also delicious. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code SirYachtFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code SirYachtFB50 at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free breakfast for 1 year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Thanks to Factor for helping me resemble a human somewhat sometimes, and let's get back to the video now. Staying in Covent Garden, we then hopped over to the 4th spot on our list, the Harp. Founded around 1785, it was named the Welsh Harp until 1995, and Paul explained to us why it's only called the Harp now.
English people don't mind the Welsh, but the Welsh hate the English. Cheers.
And you can hear the audio pretty decently because they have a strict no music policy here. It's kind of a tradition in many of these pubs. I believe they are called chatter pubs, and it's to make it seem more like a community, and the music kind of takes away from that. This place is actually the first pub in London to ever win the campaign for Real Ale's National Pub of the Year, and it's also known for its beer-matted ceilings. Oh, and the drinks went down pretty smooth, and yes, this was all in the same day so far, so I should be careful because this is a marathon and not a sprint, and that's why I was here in London, because I was doing a marathon. And this was the day after, and I could barely walk, and maybe having like drinks wasn't the best solution for that.
Wheelie, do a wheelie.
In an insane move, we decided to go to a super cool place that is not a pub and does not count for this list, but it is a wine bar, and it's called Gordon's Wine Bar.
We're now at one of the oldest wine bars in the world. Is it the first or?
No, actually, it's not even that old. It's just same
We stepped down into the cellar to a really cool and intimate vibe. This candlelit-only bar was established in 1890 and is known to be London's oldest wine bar. Arthur was telling us how in England, 1890 isn't that old, but sorry, I'm from America, and if you're from 1890, you're chopped, unk. Sorry. In the basement of the Kipling house were Jungle Book author Rudyard Kipling. I have no idea if I pronounced any of that correctly. I'm not going to check, though. Resided for a couple years. I could tell this place was really old because I don't believe 6'6" people were invented in the 1890s quite yet. And then I had a glass of red wine in the cellar. A crazy move by me. Also, a fun fact that Arthur told us, the Gordon family that owns it right now is not related at all to the Gordon family who founded this wine bar. The Gordons now bought it from the Gordons of old because they wanted to keep keep the namesake. That's crazy. Paul took me through a tube spot to show me how big it was. And then we arrived at one of the more unique pubs I've ever seen, the Ship and Shovell. It's the only pub in the entire UK to be split across 2 separate buildings. And they actually were 2 separate pubs up until 1998 when a tunnel was created under Craven Passage to link their cellars together. And can anybody guess what those 2 pub names were originally? Huh? Any guesses? You guessed the Ship and the Shovell? How did you get that? How did you know that? And like a lot of these pubs, it's also grade 2 listed. Being in the same pub as the pub across the street, which is also the same pub as your pub, is damn near pubception. And that's the cool thing about a lot of these pubs, is they tell a really great story. And unfortunately for me, I don't really read a lot. Now, Paul went away for about 10 minutes at this time, and he really didn't tell me why. I kind of just thought he left, to be honest with you. But then he came back with Greggs, an iconic bakery and fast food chain in London.
Greggs? Could you do a whole month eating Greggs? That's the question.
No, well, we'll find out.
I was dangerously hungry, and the sausage roll went down like any sausage in me would. I'm sorry again.
See, the problem is I'm hungry right now, so I feel like anything I could eat, I'd be like, this is amazing.
And the chicken bake, although a lot smaller than a Costco chicken bake, tasted way better.
Greggs, sign up to Sir Yacht for a 24-day challenge. He would love it.
Are your months 24 days long? Yes.
In England, yes.
Before going to our final pub of the day, Paul took us to an actual place for dinner, a fish and chips spot. Poppy's is a fish and chips chain in London. I've heard from locals that the best fish and chip spots are outside of the city towards the seaside, but I don't really want to go that far. And I could eat a fried boot right now, so I'm just going to stick to this. Now, if you're not familiar, chips in England are the exact equivalent of fries in the United States. Why do they call them chips here? I'm not sure.
Order some crazy stuff as well.
Yes. I'm good with whatever. Yes. Let's do it.
We ordered haddock and cod as our fish. We got curry and tartar sauces on the side. Mushy peas, aka baby food in America. And also maybe the most disgusting thing you could have on a plate of food, jellied eels.
The more vinegar you put on it, kills the taste, okay? Horrible.
Where is NATO and how can we get this banned? Fish and chip spots in England are super tasty, and I'm glad I could say I finally went to one. Anyways, back to the drinking. Oh, and how does it compare to Long John Silver's?
England fish and chips and Long John Silver's. I'm taking Long John Silver's, man. This place rocks.
This is the blue. This is the blue post.
This is the Blue Post.
Similar to a dive bar in America, you're gonna have carpet on the floor. Very old school. Locals drinking. They don't like the camera too much, but we don't care.
And our 6th spot and the last one of the day is the Blue Post. This place has a ton of cool facts, so buckle up. For example, the door that we just walked through is mentioned at the very beginning of the song Who Are You by The Who. And you can look that up yourself because I don't want to play it and get DMCA'd. The album cover for the band Oasis's iconic What's the Story Morning Glory was taken basically here too, like steps away from the pub.
We're in the right spot.
Also, this place has carpet on the floor, which is sick. There are currently 5 active Blue Post locations, and the reason for their names is they were thought to be the locations of royal hunting grounds. I have no idea what that means, but man, I was hunting for another Guinness, am I right? This definitely was the diviest of the pubs we went to so far, but man, there's just like nothing better than a good dive bar.
This is horrifying, dude. There's just something running behind me.
Wait.
Bill and I packed it in for the night before going back out to go to 4 more iconic spots the very next day.
Good night.
Paul met us out the next morning at the best place in town to get a traditional English breakfast called Regency Cafe.
You can eat the black pudding?
I have to. Yeah. It's blood sausage, right?
Yeah.
What?
Blood sausage patties, black pudding, you'll see it.
An English breakfast, for those who do not know, consists of eggs, beans on toast, back bacon, which Paul says is better than America's streaky bacon, and to that I say his bacon is actually ham, sausage, tomatoes, mushrooms, and then maybe something even more revolting than jellied eels, black pudding. First off, this isn't even pudding. This is pudding. That's pudding. Not this bullshit. Secondly, the ingredients are pork or beef blood. What? Just kidding, I knew that before. And cereal fillers, which are most commonly oatmeal, oat groats, or barley. I ate this weeks ago and I still want to vomit looking at this. But anyways, the rest of the meal was super solid. Paul took us to a really great spot. It really hit the spot, especially after a long day of boozing yesterday. And I could finally say I had an English breakfast. Take that, Jeopardy. I have no idea why I called out Jeopardy. I watched it yesterday and I really want to be on the show.
Hey, oh, Maron, oh, Joey over here. Oh, hey, oh, come over here. Excuse, oh my God. Oh.
My new strategy today was to just like, you know, sip a beer or two. Like, I guess I don't really have to drink it all, but like, I don't know if it tastes good. Bill and I walked to the Tube, aka the London Underground, aka the Tube, aka London subway system, and arrived at a super iconic London pub, Ye Old Cheshire Cheese. Cheese. Anytime you have the words ye and old, and especially old with an E at the end, you're probably iconic. This was rebuilt after the Great Fire of London in 1667 and is known as another favorite of Charles Dickens, who wrote a lot of his novels in here. Man, this guy just knows ball. Also, famous book rapper Mark Twain came here too. It is also one of the oldest pubs in London. In fact, it is the oldest rebuilt pub in London. It's also thought to be haunted, as many of the older pubs are in town, and the only thing haunting me right now is my dehydration. So bartender, pour me up another one. I hate myself. We were in one of the most famous pubs in the world, and it was just so surreal being submerged in a part of time and history that is lost in so many other buildings today, which is okay by me because I love air conditioning, and also a lot of these places were made for people who are 4'8". The 8th spot on our pub adventures was in the area as well and boasted a similar name, Ye Olde Mitre. This place was built in 1546. Oh my God, you're old. You're so old. And obviously, it's one of the oldest pubs in London as well. Back in an alleyway of sorts, it was often touted as the hardest pub in London to find, and I'm not usually good at finding hidden things. I mean, heck, ask my wife. Just kidding, I don't have a wife. It features an ancient cherry stump allegedly danced around by Queen Elizabeth I, who I imagine was probably not hidden the renegade. Sorry, my brain is just really not working today. This is definitely one of my favorite pubs in terms of scenery that we've been to. The atmosphere was fantastic, and we really enjoyed our pints at our high top outside the pub, but inside the grounds of the pub, if that makes any sense to anybody. And also, this pub was featured in the 2000 Guy Ritchie film Snatch. I'm really bad at seeing movies, so I wouldn't know, but that was a fact I looked up. This place was so fun, I literally forgot that it's an afternoon on a Tuesday. Sorry, am I allowed to say that? Our pub crawl is almost done, hashtag sad face, and our second to last one is City of York.
I think we worked pretty hard on getting some pints there. Should we go get a pint to celebrate?
Although the current building was rebuilt in the 1920s, because apparently everything in this town was on fire at one point. I mean, heck, if you weren't on fire in the 1600s, are you even a building? But the buildings on site have been pubs since the 1430s, and seems less like an actual year and more like the 4-digit pin on your credit card. Well, I gotta go change that. Be right back. They also claim to be the oldest pub in London. And hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm not saying it. They are. The back area was super open and tall, kind of a nice contrast for a couple of tall people like ourselves. One of our subscribers to the channel named Shar came to join us for the final 2 pubs, and shout out Shar. The namesake feature, Henneke's Long Bar, is often cited as the longest pub bar in England, and these booths were designed like Catholic confessionals to allow private, confidential conversations between lawyers and clients. Alliteration aside, that's pretty wild. Oh, and also Charles Dickens visited this pub a lot too. Is there a pub that Charles Dickens didn't go to? If Charles Dickens didn't go to your pub probably sucked. I really enjoyed this spot, and I can't wait to see who wins the best pub out of all 10. Oh boy. Just kidding, I already know who did it. Let's get to the last one. Our last spot is kind of an interesting spot because it's more so part of a pub chain that's very popular in London and England, and that company is called Wetherspoons, but the location here is called the Montagu Pyke. There are approximately 800 Wetherspoons locations in the UK, which is approximately 800 more locations than there are in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. Tim Martin, the founder of Wetherspoons, named it after his former geography teacher who told him he would amount to nothing. Get absolutely wrecked, you dumb idiot. This place is also known for their cheap drinks, which I wouldn't know because I forgot to look at my tab. But Bill, Shar, and I had a great time at this spot, and hopefully I'll be able to go to the other 799 Wetherspoons locations for my next video. Just kidding. There is no next video in London, and that's because my visa expires soon. And I've already made way too many British jokes. And now, it is time to reveal my favorite pub. If you want to see the scores of these 10 pubs, make sure to stay after the Hoodie Allen outro to find that out. My favorite pub, in my completely unbiased opinion, goes to, drumroll please, the Devonshire, which just so happened to be the first one we went to, and they also had my favorite Guinness pour out of the 10 spots we went to, even though all of them didn't have Guinnesses. Anyways, and look, as a stubborn American, I didn't want to believe that it was true, but it is. The Guinness here in England is much better than the Guinness back home in the United States. It just is. And thank you so much to the City of London and its great people for the awesome hospitality during the London Marathon and our pub crawl. Cannot wait to be back. Unless you guys give me black pudding again, then I will never come back.
I know what I like, baby, I like you. It's American pie with the high Q. Oh my, I do. Just fly right through. We'll get high as a kite in the afternoon.
This guy put together this list, so if you like it, it's because of him. If you don't like it, it's not because of him.
If you don't like it, it's his fault.
Piss off.
We've got a Scotch egg here.
Scottish egg. Let's get the Scottish egg.
I'm going to embarrass myself now. I have to prove myself.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yes. Why, thank you very much.
I wasn't. Hey, hold on. Give me like 5
No,
seconds.
but that's pretty good. I'm good.
Wow.
Almost there.
Joey overshot.
That's still pretty good though.